Hello. Alright. Just make sure that my mic thingy is going up and down. So yes, hopefully you can hear me. I'll move on the screen so you should be able to see me. How you doing? Hope everyone's alright. Hope you've had an okay week. No massive weather to report this week like there was last week. Everything's settled down now. Nothing else has blown off of my shed. It's still in a mess, but nothing else has come off of it. It's okay. Luckily, it's been raining though, so it's a bit flooded in there. Hey DRN, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming along. Brian, good evening. Right, airbrushes are clean. And then I've got my mug tea and bickies. Cup of tea and bickies. I've just got the blackcurrant squash. I'd love a cup of tea and some bickies. That'd be great. Anyway, enough of my waffle. Let's show you what we're going to play with. Oh yeah, I finished the painting we were doing. If we haven't seen on my social medias. Is that it? Yeah, that's it there. I had a couple of days off because I didn't have any tattoos in. So I had a play and put in that background. So she's all finished now. Job done. Yeah, quite chuffed for that. That considering it was a painting that I thought I had completely ballsed up, and it was one of those things that I completely lost heart with, threw it to the side and thought, yeah, I've trashed that. That's a no-go. So considering that turned out quite well, I think. Quite like that. Right, so let's tuck that back down there nice and safe. Just like that. So we've got to start something new this stream, and I did a photo shoot with one of my model mates not so long ago. What does she call herself on social media? 2 seconds. Vixen Blackheart on Insta. See if we can get this on. No, it's all blowing out. Look at that. Vixen _ Blackheart is her name. Megan. I've shot with her loads over the years. Lovely lass. I also did her tattoo sleeve as well. So we're going to start a painting of her. So if I switch camera to that one, there we go. I've already sketched out the layout of it from one of the pictures I took of her. So we're just going to paint that. If you want to see the actual picture, there you go. There's the actual photo I took of her. But I'm gonna goth it up a bit. So I'm gonna try and match these awesome flesh tones. I really like how they came out. So I'm gonna try and match them, but I want to put like blood all over her hands. Because, you know, why wouldn't you? and stuff like that. So, and a nice grungy background. So let's give that a go. I've never really tried to match flesh tones like that. So this is going to be a learning experience for me as well. So it should be fun for you. You get to watch me completely cock it up. If this bit of paper would behave. Come on. Come on there. Right, you go there, and then you stand over there for a reference. just like that. So what I'm going to use are Createx illustration paints. I've been through and selected some already. So the Tim Gore's Bloodline Lifeline Blush is going to be my base tone, and then the Lifeline Natural Lip is going to be my next tone, and then my shadows are going to be the Lifeline Deep Espresso, or Espresso, however you pronounce it, that deep coffee one. Hopefully I won't completely cock this up. Hopefully it'll be alright. So I've already mixed some of the blush in here. I've got 7 drops of the paint with 7 drops of the old illustration reducer. So I haven't gone my normal over reduced on this, just because I didn't want to really saturate the paper with water. I wanted more paint than water this time, so let's give it a go. Let's see if I can screw this up. I've decided not to mask it off, just because I hate masking with a passion. Really slows things down, masking, I find. Sometimes you can't get around it, sometimes you just have to use it, but it drives me up the wall. So just laying down a light base coat, making it as even as I can. It's really saturated on the camera, it's not that dark. Wonder if it's worth me doing the entire body while I'm here actually, rather than just a face. It might be an idea actually. We don't want to run the risk of having like her face one tone and then her arms a different tone because I've screwed up the order that I painted it in or something. So. And keeping the paint nice and light means the pencil will still show through, because of course she's got all the tattoos I've been doing for her for the last, God, how long have I known her? 5 years, I guess. So keep the paint light and the pencil will still show through. Oh, new subscriber. Kirsty Day. Alright, Kirsty. Thank you for your sub. Here we tip dry. And then give you all a bit of motion sickness and move you down a bit. Not much battery, won't be around long. Well, thanks for popping in, Steve. Good to see you, mate. So how's everyone's week been, anyway? Alright? Mine's been pretty quiet. Hence me getting that other painting finished. I don't have many bookings at the moment. It's all gone awfully quiet. But of course, everybody's broke, aren't they? I certainly am, anyway. Hi Svi, what paper are you working on? This is... have I got the pad down here? I think I might have. It's just some stuff I picked up at an old airbrush convention I attended many years ago. Yeah, there we go. This stuff. Harder and Steenbeck. I think it's Harder and Steenbeck paper. But yeah, 250. About E3. No, that's not the right one. That's not the right one, is it? That's too big. What am I using? I don't even know what paper I'm using. I thought it was that stuff. It's not. What am I using? Now that's got me wondering. It's just basically very thin Bristol board, mate. It's got a really nice flat surface. It's only about as thick as 2 sheets of normal paper, so it's not overly thick. That's why I'm being careful with not getting the paper too wet, because I don't want it all bubbling up. But it's basically A3 thin Bristol board, nothing particularly fancy. Right, so I've run out of paint. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that, I can count. And then get some reducer. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Job's a good one. Stick my thumb over there. Give that a little shake. A very cool day yesterday. Did one session with Rob. Oh, nice. Very nice, mate. I keep wondering about, oh look, I've got paint all over my leg. Well done, Al. Good job. Joy. Yeah, I keep wondering about doing one-to-one airbrush lessons over Zoom or something. I used to teach, but the place I used for teaching got turned into a gym, so I couldn't use it anymore. And of course I went and got a job being a tattooist, so it all kind of got knocked on the head. But I do wonder about doing the old Zoom ones. Times have changed and all that. You can do online lessons now. I went to my cousin's birthday party. That was pirate theme. It was good fun, all dressed as pirates. Nice. The guy who owns the tattoo studio I work in, his name's Azza. Lovely guy. And he is a professional Captain Jack Sparrow impersonator. And he's really freaking good at it. If you go on Facebook, his page is Captain Jack Sparrow 4 hire, but the number 4. But yeah, he owns the tattoo shop I work in, the Hero Lounge, and he's bloody good. I know I'm a bit biased because I work in his shop, but he is very good. quite often down the coast with the Pirates of Poole and stuff like that, doing events and collecting money for charity and that. Swigging the old rum. And I've gone off camera. Look at that. Although you're not missing much. I'm just colouring that bit in. I've got a blockage. That's better. Evening one. Wow, you got a good memory, mate. Haven't used that theme tune in a long time. I'll have to get Rob Chapman to do me a new theme tune at some point. I stopped using it when I stopped doing the old painting commissions, and I went off to be a tattooist. So it didn't really apply anymore because I wasn't taking on commissions at the time. But I'll have to dig that out and have a listen at some point. I haven't heard that tune in ages. Right, so we have done, although it's come out very, very pinky on the camera, we've done a thin coating of that, the Lifeline Blush, just to lay us down a base tone. So now, blast the rest of that out. Let's get the next colour and continue. Got a bit of a grubby airbrush though, so we'll get a cotton bud. Draw over here. Let's get rid of some of that crud in there quickly before it ends up causing me a problem later. Because you know it will. That's better. That's more like it. Oh, a couple of people asked on social media, what spray bottle am I using to fill my airbrush with water? I got this from airbrushes.com. They sent it to me a while ago, and it's got quite a powerful little jet on it, so you can blast it in there, and the power of the jet makes the water really swill around in there and gives it a damn good clean out. Battery dead. Gonna hit. See you later, Steve. Thanks for popping in, buddy. I see you abandoned the Infinity and graduated to a Micron. Do you know what? I still use the Infinity, mate. There she is. I've still got her. She's just in need of a damn good clean. She's a bit spitty. But yeah, I have got the Micron. I find the Iwata Micron, the trigger is more responsive, but I still love the old Infinity. I still use it very regularly. Excuse me. You must be the only right-handed person that uses the cup on the left side. Do you know what? It's just for the videos. If I have the cup on that side, I find it gets in the way of showing you what I'm doing. So yeah, I've just become accustomed to having it on that side. I got mine from the Windex. The Windex are very good, yes. Right, so next I've got the natural lip. So I'll probably reduce it again. So 7 drops of paint, 7 drops of reducer, something like that. Buy yourself an ultrasonic, mate. Do you know what? I had one, and sadly I plugged it in one day and it was dead as a dodo. So I've never got round to buying myself a new one, really. Mainly because they cost money and I don't have any. One, 2, 3. You can tell this paint's old, can't you? Look how thick that was. 4, 5, 6. It's like treacle. 7. Wow. I'll put in a little bit of extra reducer, I think, to compensate for that. Give that a mix. They work great. Yeah, they do. Before it broke, it was a fantastic little thing. It was only a cheapy one as well. It was only about a tenner, something like that. It wasn't one of these big fancy ones, because you can get quite some expensive ones. But yeah, it was just a cheap little thing, but did the job well. Okay. So let's see if this really goes wrong, shall we? Obviously the eye socket's going to be dark. I'm still on camera, aren't I? Yep. Let's give you a better camera angle, shall we? Let's go. God, that looks so bad on there. That's so saturated. I've got to sort out my settings. Come on, camera. There we go. That does look awful. Can I change the settings while I'm streaming? What am I after? Camcorder settings. Wow, yeah, that's going back a bit, mate. Yeah, family's all good. Yeah, hope yours is all okay. That little knee-high girl who was in some of my videos, she's now 15. And yeah, my son's now 18. He popped up in a couple of videos as well. My wife gave up on the reptile habitats. We haven't got any reptiles anymore, so they all died of old age gradually, one after the other. So we haven't got any tanks or anything anymore. Now my wife does taxidermy. Where is all the... Oh, there we go. Configure video. I know it had to be there somewhere. Right, saturation. Let's crank that down a bit because it looks freaking terrible. Make it actually look like what I'm looking at. A bit too far. That looks better. That looks pretty much true to what I'm actually looking at. Okay, close on that. There we go. That's much better. Just do the shadow in the old nostril there. Gently does it out. It's normally when you're doing fine stuff like that that the airbrush spits and ruins everything. Yeah, if you're on Instagram, check out Dead Imagination Taxidermy. That's the missus. Yeah, the family's all grown up. Yeah. Yeah, they don't stay little for long, that's for sure. I had all my hair when you started streaming. Oh, mate. Switch cameras. Have you seen how silver I've gone here? It's like I've gone pearly white in a patch here. I'm going to be one of those old blokes that have got like a white streak down the side of their head. Getting old sucks. Dread Effects Custom Paint. Welcome, my friend. How you doing? All right? Hope all is good with you. Same. I haven't gone bald yet though. I haven't got any bald spots showing up, but I've always had tremendously thick hair. EB Williams 1, thank you for the subscription if you're in chat. Much appreciated. Welcome to the Winging It channel, because that's pretty much what I do every week. I don't have any set plan. I get a crazy idea in my head for a painting and I just have a go at it with no real idea what I'm doing and just hope it turns out alright. It's got Rob from Dread. Cheers, Brian. I appreciate that, mate. Yeah, welcome, Rob. It goes so fast and you get the yes there at the groceries. Yeah. Yeah, or you get people giving up their seat for you on the bus or something. I like the finger tattoos. Cheers, mate. Yeah, tattoo machine, airbrush. Oh, not the camera, sorry. Give you all sickness. Camera. And then I got bored one day, so I did Slimer from the Ghostbusters. And then my wife doodles these little spiders everywhere, so I did one of those one day. And I'm twice the man I was when I got married. My wedding ring started to cut into my finger, so I had to take it off. So I got my wife to write mine, and I tattooed that where my wedding ring should be in her writing. What is that? Astral Solari. Hello, mate. Welcome along. Yeah, I'm one of the old guys, isn't I? One of the old airbrush guys. From all those years ago. I had to go make a living one day, so I jacked in the airbrushing. But I'm back now. Well, I never really jacked it in. I was always doing it, but I just stopped doing it for commissions because it wasn't paying enough. And the kids wanted food, so I had to go out and get a proper day job. If you can call tattooing a proper day job, of course. Forgive the slurping in the background, that's my dog. It's not me, honest. Says, did you ever finish the Ecto 1? Never saw the end. I didn't. It's still going. It's close to the end. I can't show you, it's the other side of the room. But yeah, we've got the car done. We've just got the roof rack, so there's about 6 months left to go on it, because it's one of those weekly magazine things, so every week you get a different part. So it's chuffing huge. Thing weighs an absolute ton as well. And did you like the new one? Yes, I love the new Ghostbusters film. I think it is fantastic. There's a couple of things in it that, you know, it's not a perfect film, but it is a damn good film. Very light around the old cheekbone there. Shading in the eye socket's got to come out a little bit. We've got a dirty great shadow from her thumb coming down here. Have to go for dinner. Thanks, Fee. We'll catch up later on. Take care, mate. Thanks for popping in. Happy spraying Saturday. Evening, Matt. Alright. I'll stop whinging. I don't know if you can hear my dog whimpering in the background. Coffee time. You want a rum and coke? That'd be great, buddy. Yeah. bit bright down this end. Just knock all this down a bit. It's all a bit too bright. The only real bright part is here. Let's look at the reference picture. See, the only real bright part is there. So all this is a lot darker. Never really tried these paints for flesh tones. I've had them kicking about for ages. My old airbrush buddy Clive gave them to me, but yeah, they're actually really nice. I think I might be using these a bit more, you know. So shadow from the eye socket comes out a bit more to about there, and then forehead is pretty dark.
Go to shops.
Oh, you mate? Okay, bud. No worries.
Can I possibly buy a club card?
Yeah, sure. It's in me wallet here somewhere. There you go, buddy. Alright, go careful.
Yeah.
See you soon. Yeah, I'm ignoring them, so they're all upset. Sorry, buddy. Alright, mate, go careful. Thanks, buddy. Still a long way to go, but yeah, we're getting there. It's, I actually really like the way these flesh tones are looking. I was originally going to try and match those tones on the actual photo, but now I'm actually really liking how these tones are going out. So we'll see how it goes. I do that a lot with my paintings. I get a rough idea and then I just go for it, and then the painting kind of just kind of does itself, if you know what I mean. Like the colour tones and all that lot, they just, as I paint, they just, how can I describe it? The painting paints itself, sort of thing, you know. I never have a set, definite plan in my head about a picture. I just have a rough idea and I start on it and I just see where it takes me. Someone send this guy a guitar and money. Yes, please. Yeah, absolutely. The old guitar business is dead. I haven't painted a guitar for a customer in a good few years now. But it's mainly due to shipping and stuff. I did have a chap contact me just last week actually, asking about a paint job, but he was in America, and because of Brexit and COVID and all that lot, it would probably cost more than the guitar's worth to ship it. So what's better for the micron, cop on top or side feed? That's a tricky one. It doesn't really make much difference to me, to be honest. Without the cup on top there means I can see better when I'm live streaming. If I'm doing it with my Infinity or something, then the paint cup tends to get kind of in my way, because I have to go at a bit of a funny angle to make sure that I don't just give you guys the view of the back of my hand all the time, which I still probably do, so I apologise if I do that. But yeah, it doesn't make too much of a difference for me, I find. Although you do have the added benefit of, if you're tilting the airbrush, you can turn the cup so that you don't pour paint all over yourself. Which of course I've never done, ever. Should have put him onto Mike Learn. Do you know what, mate? I did. I mentioned Mike Learn. And the guy... It's weird. The guy was like, oh, I've tried everybody and they don't want to do it. It's like, it wasn't anything particularly, it wasn't offensive or anything like that. It was, I don't know if some of you know, but Eric Clapton got some guitars done by a graffiti artist called Crash, and it was something along those lines. It was like masked off graffiti type graphics. But yeah, I did send him links to the social medias of Mike Learn and a few others in the States who could have helped him out. Time for some more air. Just go over that eyebrow before I lose it completely. Yeah, I thought the same, Brian. I did wonder. You've also got to watch out for people, not saying that he would, but you get a lot of people asking you to replicate like famous guitars. like switch camera, like my mummy up there. The amount of times I've been asked to replicate that, and I know for a fact that they were going to then sell it on eBay and try and pass it off as like an official replica or something like that. I mean, God, if I had £1 for every time that happened, I would be rich. So you have to watch out for people who are going to take the mickey, so replicate something like that and then try and pass it off as the original. So if ever I've only done, 3, maybe 4 of those mummies for people, but I made it a clause that on the front there's some movie credits in the bottom corner, and I always made it a clause that I put the customer's name in those credits and my name as well, so that it could never be passed off as the original. What was quite funny is when I did the first one many years ago, I put the client's name in those credits, and then all of a sudden other airbrush artists were painting that guitar, but they were putting this guy's name on their guitars. They thought it was part of the original design, which was quite funny. Good evening, Kenneth. That's okay, we'll let you off. What time is it? Oh, blimey. 7 minutes to go. Must be having fun. It's definitely not long enough, these hour streams. I'm definitely going to have to start doing 2 hours, because we don't get anything really sorted out in an hour. That thinking Batman. Who's excited for the new Batman film then? I'm not sure on it yet. I'm reserving judgment. My initial judgment when I heard who was playing Batman, I was like, oh my god, no. But I was proved wrong when Ben Affleck was cast as Batman. Because again, when I heard he was playing him, I was like, oh god, no. And then he's actually turned out to be one of my favourite Batmen. So I am reserving judgment. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and I won't put my negative thoughts on it until I've actually seen it. He might be incredible. A little man in her ear waving. Yeah. I'm sure she'd love that. Yeah. I was just going to say, can we have a longer stream? Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? I'm going to have to change it from 8 to 7 or something. I have to stop at 9 because that's when my missus gets home from work, and I'm in the dining room, so she'll come home and put EastEnders on or whatever, and you'll all hear it. So I have to stop at 9, but I can start earlier. So yeah, I'll have to change it. I'll see what's happening next week. I might start at 7. And I'm ringing. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry guys, I had to get that. Right, every time I hear Batman, I'm reminded of a story. helps if you hum silly tunes as you're painting. So that ear needs to be really dark down under that bit. If I didn't have a blockage. That's better. Nope, still blocked. What's going on here? Is it tip dry? It was Buttman. Buttman in Budapest. That's nice. Yeah, that'll make me giggle as well. Alright, I've got a good blockage. What's going on? That's better. Good old VHS. Kids these days just will never know the struggle, will they? It's like cassette tapes. There's no instant skipping music tracks or anything like that. You had to rewind the tape and stop it at the perfect time. When we were young. Does she need more shadow coming down from her nose? I don't want to make it too shadowy there. But it does need to be a bit darker. And that needs to be a bit longer there. Ooh, another subscriber. Who was that? Martial Artistry. If you're in chat, thank you for the subscription, mate. Master at pausing Sabrina's boy toys. I could pause an episode of Baywatch like a master. This woman a friend or just a random portrait? This is a friend of mine. She's a model mate of mine. Her name is on the good old Instagram. If you want to go give her a follow, she is called, if I can get it on camera, Vixen Blackheart. Megan Mackenzie. Lovely lass. She's been modelling for years. There's the last tattoo I did for her. I did her sleeves. Yeah, she's a mate and a model buddy of mine. Have I mentioned that I really like these tones for this flesh? Because I really like these tones for this flesh. It's coming out really nice. It's always nice when you're painting something and you kind of surprise yourself. You're like, oh, I did that. Beautiful. Gore flesh tones, they are indeed, mate. Yeah. I did a base of the blush, and then I'm currently painting the natural lip over it. So it stays quite bright up there. Eyebrow is pretty dark. That's quite dark too. The nose doesn't really go much darker than that. When you've only used 2 colours and it looks amazing. Yeah, that's why I love the airbrush so much, because you can do so much with so little paint. It's like varying the thickness of the layers. So like just dusting some on, like I just did there, just to darken down that little bit of the nose is great. But then without even changing paint, you can just layer loads on and get really dark tones like that. So I love the versatility of the airbrush. I like it a lot. Something bugging me about that bit there though. Something's not quite right about that bit. How's tattooing in contrast? Do you know what? If I could tattoo like I can airbrush, I would be a very happy man. But I can't, so I'm not. I get by with tattooing. I'm nowhere near the level I would like to be at with it. And it does get quite frustrating because I know I can airbrush pretty well, but tattooing is so different. Like you can't layer like I'm doing here. I couldn't tattoo if I was doing this on someone's leg or something. I couldn't do that base tone all over someone's leg and then go over it with this and layer colour after colour, because people's skin doesn't take that much punishment. You have to go in and have the correct tones for each part, because you can't just layer over and over and over again. You can a little bit, but you start to chew up their skin and they get annoyed with you and things, and then it doesn't heal properly and they get all scabbed up and open to infection, and it's just not good for anybody. I've really got a blockage in here. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh Mia, I'll let you out in a minute, alright? What we got? 9:07. I'll keep going for a bit longer. But yeah, I think starting next week, I'll start at 7 instead of 8. That gives us a bit more time, because an hour just isn't long enough. Right, that bit behind the ear is fairly bright, but there is a dark bit that goes down there. Like so. And the whole thing needs to be a bit darker as well. Mid-afternoon here in Canada. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's currently 9:08 PM over here in the good old Blighty. And does that mean my wife's now home? You'll tell when she's home because my dogs will go nuts. 3 feet of snow. Wow. Blimey, I haven't had snow here in ages. Well, I tell a lie. Last week we had a bit of sleet, but it didn't amount to anything. It was all wet. Much like the UK all the time, it was just wet. That looks really cool. I'm really liking that. Okay, I think my missus is home. Let's do a bit of that. A bit of that. Hello. I think my wife's now home, and I appear to have a hell of a blockage in here because my paint ain't flowing very well at all. So I'm going to call it there, I think, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching and all that lot. Like I say, next week I'll start at 7 o'clock. I think that way we get 2 hours, because an hour just ain't long enough. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you next Saturday. And I've noticed that the stream keeps cutting off at the end, so what I'm going to have to do is say goodbye and then sit here for a minute like a melon and then end it. That way it won't cut me off. So take care, and I'll see you later.